friends, welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my Pandas tutorial or Pandas playlist where I have started discussing about one package of Python that is called as Pandas. So till now we have discussed about the basics of Pandas, about how to read a file in Pandas, reading a CSV, TSV, HTML files, and we have discussed about different functions like head and tail function, and we have discussed about certain parameters that is used in read underscore CSV function, that is header, and then how to change your column into rows, and then skip rows, how to skip and junk rows, and to give your own column names, how to check the data types of each column by using d types. And we have seen how to export or get our data into any of the format like to CSV or to HTML by using to underscore CSV function. So till now we have discussed all these basics. So today again I'm going to talk about one data type which is used in Pandas. So we have seen one data type till now, that is data frame. So I'm going to repeat this again, what is data frame and what is series. So there is one more uh, data type called as series. So we are going to discuss this also in today's tutorial, and we are also going to see about the JSON, reading a JSON file. So let's start with this tutorial. So guys, as you have seen in this my cell number 1, that I have import my pandas as pd, and for today's class I'm just going to import one more package that I'm going to make a new playlist on numpy, one more package similar to pandas. So these two are very strong packages present in pandas. So I just like I'll be using only one function of numpy, that is arrange, for this tutorial. So please bear with me. I know many of you won't be even knowing what this particular package is. So I'm just going to import only one. Uh, I'm just going to use only one function of this package. So I've imported both pandas as pd and numpy as np. Numpy means numerical Python. So in this in this package only we will going to discuss about concept and all. So I've already told in Python tutorial there is no concept of array in core Python, but there is a concept of array in numpy. So I'm going to discuss more about this in that playlist. So for now what I've done, let's see. So what I've done is I've declared one variable with pandas dot date range. I've used this function called as date range, which will give me the range of dates that I want. So what I have specified over here is the start date is this 9th of January 2000, and the period is 7, and frequency is month. Capital M means month, capital Y means year, and capital D means days. So what I'm going to do is, after date range I'm going to click on press shift plus tab. It will go give me the definition, like currently the start date is none, end date, period, frequency, tz, normalize, everything. So what I've done is I've started my date from 9th of January. I've given that for 7 period, like for 7 dates you have to give me output, and the frequency will be monthly wise. So monthly wise it will give me the output. So for 9th of January 2000, the first date will be, or the first element will be 31st of January 2000. Then it will give me the last date of that months, each month after January. This is for my Feb, this is for my March, and April, May, June, July. You have seen it is giving me 7 data elements because I mentioned the period as 7 and the frequency is monthly wise. If I'll change this to year wise, you'll be able to find it's going to year wise. Let me change, and I've executed. So you'll see it's 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, and 2006. So it's giving me 7 period of 7 element of data. If I increase this by 1, then it will give me till 2007, and the frequency will be year wise. So now when I'll give frequency as days, so please be note that this day is the in default frequency. If haven't mentioned any frequency, then by default it will take as date wise. So date wise you will be able to find it's 9th of January, it's 10th of January, it's 11th of January, and so on and so forth till 7 data elements. So all these things I have stored in my A. So this is my A, that you are seeing the list of 7 data elements, all are date wise. Now in my cell number 4 I'm gonna use this series kind of function in using, okay. So what I've done is in this I have called my function called as series, And then inside series is also a function of pandas. For example, we have used read underscore csv for reading any csv file. Then we have used this date range to give a range of dates. This is the series, so we'll discuss more about it later. So for now I have just called this function. What it will do, so over here inside this parameter I mentioned np.arange7. Now what is this? So I guess many of you have known python well, like till basics. I would suggest, I would recommend you to watch this playlist if you know some basics of python. So range, when I talk about range, we all know that from let's say from range of 10 will give me value till 0 to 9. So this will give me object. When I pass this over a list, it will give me the output. So I'm passing this over a list, so it will give me from 0 to 9. 10 it will include exclude because it is the upper bound. So now what, okay, now we know that it takes three parameters. One is my start date, second is my end date, and third is my step. So it will start from 0, it will go till 10, and it will take a step of 2. Let me pass this inside a list so that we'll know how this range function works. So this is we have discussed in our python playlist. For 0 to 10, the start date is 0, sorry, the start number is 0, end is 10, and the step size is 2. So it will start from 0, it will take a step of 2 2 2 2, and then it will exclude the upper bound, and then it will give me the output till 8. Now what if I need to give any floating values? Let's see what happens. So range function, I'm repeating again, range function of core python will give me error that it can only take integer object, not floating object. 0.1 it won't be taking, and it will throw an error. So what is this np.arange is doing? It can take up any floating point or floating type of data as well. If I execute this np.arange, it will tell like the parameters and the function are same. The difference is that range function cannot take floating values, whereas the numpy's arange function can take floating values. So it is starting from 0.1, it is going till 1, and the step size is 0.2. So you will be able to find that it has executed it successfully. If I try the same thing using the range function, it won't work. So moving on to our example, what I've done, like I have made a series where I took np.arange of 7. So np.arange of 7 will give me values till 6, 0 to 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If nothing is mentioned in the step, then it will by default take it as 1 and the start date as 0, and it will go till 6. So let me check this over here. If I write np.arange and then I give 7 and execute, so you'll be able to find that it will give me an array of 0 to 6. So this is what my output is, and I'm telling the index of this series. Index means let me show you this, what exactly is the index. So suppose if I don't give any index equal to a, and then I execute this, and then let me just delete this. Yeah, so you'll be able to find, okay, let me change this also, it won't be confusing, 1 till 8, and then yeah, so my np.arange is starting from 1. You'll be able to see in the right hand side column, and it is going till 8. So 8 being the upper bound, it will eliminate that data and it will give till 7. So 1 to 7 is my series. This is the indexes. I think many of you now be knowing about index also. I've also discussed in my python tutorial, and I'm guessing that you should be knowing this index concept before coming to my playlist of pandas. So this is my index of each and every data. It starts from 0 and it is going till 6. Now what I'm doing, I'm manually giving, I'm overriding index. What I'm giving is index will be a. What do you mean by index equal to a? So a is this data. So it will transform this particular data set into my index of series starting from 1 till 8. So if I execute this and if I execute this, see, now this a data is now my index of 1 till 7 of my series. So this is how easily we can manipulate our data in pandas package. So I made the index, I have transformed my by default index that is starting from 0, so 2 into A, that is my date range, which is starting from 9th of January and going till 15th of January 2000. So I hope guys you have understood about A range, you have understood about date range, you have understood about series. Now coming to the type, what will be my type of B? So this is a series data type. So we have discussed about data frame type data type, which will be a tabular form. Okay, let me just show you this. Again, I'll discuss about data frame. So what I've done, I've imported, or I'm reading my ex1.csv, and so this is my data. What I've done is I've just read my ex1.csv into this data type data frame. So the type of data, we all know that it is a data frame. Now let me just explain you this, how this is working. So data frame type of data type is nothing but a combination of multiple rows and columns, right? Now data coming to data series. So if I talk about one data frame, this is my table, or you can say ex1.csv. It contains some rows and column. So all this thing is my data frame. So when I take one particular row or one particular column, that is called as my series type data type. Now let's see one example. I think we have already seen this example in my previous tutorial. So suppose this is my data frame abcd and message. If I take one column from this data frame, like suppose I'm taking a column, so then I'll erase this type for now. So this is my a column. It will give me the index, and it will give me the a columns data 159. So if I see the type of this a column, it will be a series. So always remember that one particular row or one column, if we select from a data frame, that becomes my series, and in total all the multiple rows and column in combination which becomes table is my data frame kind of data type. So these are the two data type we have learned so far, that is data frame and my series. So I guess this is what I need to tell about series data type, how we will get it. So now moving on, JSON, how to read a JSON file. We have seen how to read a CSV file. The same format we are using this for JSON file. So I have one JSON file called as example. I'll show it to you. So what I've done, I'm just going through the code for once. It's easy. So it's like I have stored into one a kind of variable. I have used this pandas package, and then I'm reading this JSON file using read underscore JSON, like I've used for read underscore CSV. Sorry. So this is my tabular data frame. I would say if you see the type of it, it will be sure data frame, because it is arranging this into tabular format. Now moving on, what is JSON? JSON is JavaScript object notation, means all the file format of JSON is basically a dictionary. If I think you guys know dictionary, what is dictionary? I am hoping you should know what is dictionary. So dictionary is nothing but key value pair. It is stored in a format, in a syntax of key value pair. I'll show it to you. So let me open my JSON file. Okay, this is my JSON. And one more thing, if you need to, okay, let this open. So it's opening, guys. Let's wait. I'll just pause the video. Once this JSON file loads, I'll again resume it. Yes, so guys, this is my JSON. You will be able to find this is storing a list of dictionaries. You'll be able to find this is the list. This is the list, a square bracket, and then inside we have three data elements. All three are in dictionaries, and the dictionaries, the key values are in ABC, all three, and the values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I copy this, so what we can do, how JSON viewer looks like, I'll just explain it to you. So there are many online tools which will show you this. So I'm just gonna go to our browser. So I'll just search for JSON viewer. So online we can check about this. You also can try this online JSON viewer. Any of the website, there are many websites you can try. So over here you have to copy your text, whatever your JSON file is, and in the viewer tab you'll be able to find how this is storing. So my JSON is a list of three data element 0 1 2, all three are in dictionaries. You'll be able to find this is a curly braces. So it's saying that it is a list of three dictionaries. Each dictionaries, if I go and press this maximize or plus button, you'll be able to find there are three keys ABC and the values are 1 2 3. Similarly for 1, similarly for 2. So this is how JSON is storing our data in the key value kind of pair. Now the same code I am trying to execute using my pandas. So how this is looking, you will be able to find it has transformed my key into column header ABC, and it has given by default the row the indexes 0 1 2 and the values according to that 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 8 9. So this is how easily we can read any of kind of format of files in our Jupyter Notebook or any other IDE using our Pandas package. So in next class we'll be able to read more about HTML, XML and many more kind of formats. So this is it for this tutorial video. Thank you so much guys for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe if you like my video. Thank you so much. Stay healthy, stay fit. Bye.